My name is Allison, and this is my story. So today I wanted to talk about how God is moving in my life and also through Poland with Proem Ministries. So when I was 4 years old, my parents went on a mission trip to Poland with Proem Ministries to help out with the basketball camp during the summer. So I grew up going to different churches that supported Proem, but also hearing about Poland and the work that they're doing there. So when I was 19 years old, I had the opportunity to go to Poland on a mission trip while I was in college and to really experience it for myself and just hear about the ministry. And recently, last week, I also had the opportunity to go back, and we helped out with a winter camp there, and I went with Fern Creek Christian Church that is in Louisville, Kentucky. So while we were there, we had about 120 campers, ages like 7 to 12, and then also high schoolers and middle schoolers that were in different discipleship and volunteering groups that were helping out, being counselors and different things like that. So it was just a great opportunity really just to build relationships and get to know the different people and the culture there. And so while we were there, we taught English classes. There were some individuals who, knew a little bit of English and some who knew more, and so we broke them out in different groups and taught them English. We were teaching Ukrainian and Polish kids English, and so we also helped with art classes, painting and drawing and just different crafts that you can do with kids. And we also, I don't remember if I said this, but we had morning and afternoon worship as well. They had different workshops that they did. So they did photography during the week. They learned graphic design. They, had different dance classes and art classes and different clubs as well, learning American football and horseback riding. Then they took them ice skating and swimming during the week. So it was just a great opportunity just to hang out with kids and really just learn more about the ministry. While I was there, I also got to see the different churches that they have there, see the Christian school, and really learn more about the 4 main areas of Proem. So the first one is their camp in Zakoszile, where they have the winter camp there that we were a part of, but they also have 8 weeks of summer camp. And so each week that they have of camp, they have about 200 campers or more that go each week. And each camp is a different type of camp. So for example, they have a basketball camp where, different campers will come from different countries. So like America, Poland, Ukraine, Lithuania, Israel. And they'll come really just want to, do basketball. All they care about is just playing basketball. They don't really care about anything else. But by the end of the week, all they really want to do is build relationships with people and learn more about God. So it's just a great opportunity that Proem has really just to share the gospel and to really impact so many people's lives. Another part of their ministry is church planting. So they have 2 different churches right now, and they're remodeling a building that will be a church. And so a really cool story that God is working is the 3rd church that will be that they're planning was a jail. And so now, thinking about it, how it was a jail, but now it will be a church, is just a really cool way to think how God, is breaking those chains and really just moving in people's lives in that way. The 3rd part of their ministry is the Christian school that they have there. And so kids can go to school pre-K to high school, and they have about 490 kids, I believe, that go to that school, and they do have to pay to go to that school. And so a lot of parents want to send their kids there because the academic scores that the kids receive when they take their testing is a lot higher than if they go to a public school. And so parents, are willing, even though it's a Christian school, they're willing to take their kids there because of the academics. And so a lot of these kids that are going there, they don't know God, but they're learning about it. They go to Bible lessons every week, and they hear about it in their classrooms. And so it's a really great opportunity where kids are, hearing about God, accepting Jesus into their hearts, and then going home and sharing it with their family, and then parents aunts, uncles, cousins, sisters, brothers are then accepting Christ into their hearts. The same way with the camp. Kids will go to the camp, and the same thing, the parents and family will know about God because of it. The fourth part of their ministry is through community outreach, and so they have locally they do things like building a playground or remodeling houses or helping people in just different ways that they would need. They also go on mission trips to places like Zimbabwe or Kenya or Israel. The other part of the community outreach is they've recently bought a hotel that they've turned into a center for refugees. And so they bought this when the war in Ukraine first started, because when the war first started, they were sending everyone to their camp. But then, as things continued and, them needing to have camp at their camp, they were needing a place, for these refugees to stay and to live. And so this is, a great opportunity that they had. I believe they said that they prayed for about 4 weeks, and then God provided all of the money in the hotel for them to purchase it. Refugees are able to live there, and they live there for free, and then they can work, in the community, and then they send that money back to their friends or family that are fighting in Ukraine. Another part of the center is they have a counseling center there. They have about 5 different offices, and so people are able to go there, receive therapy and counseling for about the war or anything else going on in their lives. They also have this other part of the center where they're wanting to maybe turn it into a coffee shop, and then kind of use that as a way to connect with people and share the gospel with others. It's just very cool to see how God is moving in all different aspects and how it's so connected with the 4 different parts of their ministry. And so while I was there, I really felt like God was calling me to work with Proem in some type of capacity and to live there in Poland as a missionary. And so looking back, the 2 years that I lived here in Knoxville and I went to Farragut, I really recognized the different things that God used in my life to really help me and prepare me for this next season in my life. And so I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for so many different people who showed me what it is like to love people like Christ. I lived here by myself, and so many people took me in as family and really showed me what it looks like, to meet someone that is lonely and by themselves, and to then accept them into their family. And I just wanted to say thank you for that. It meant the world to me when I lived far away from my parents. Another part is just praying. There were so many people, I lost my job a couple of months ago, and so there were so many people that immediately just started praying for me. And it really did help me, and God provided the strength for me, and I just wanted to say thank you for that. If there's anyone that ever wants to talk to me about my trip or about Proem, I would love to talk with you. You can get my email or phone number from someone on staff, and I'm sure they would be able to provide that. Yeah, if you just want to talk to me, I would love, just to share more of what God's doing in my life. So thank you.